Welcome back to my channel. Hands up who is sick of loungewear, leggings and elasticated waists. Although they were fun in the beginning, I've become tired. Welcome back to my channel. This week I decided to get my shopping fix from shopping what I already had. I also refashioned some old items. So I took the scissors to some dresses. I wanted to give like a new lease of life into stuff I already had, and I organised my wardrobe because we had some lovely weather, although today not so much, but we had some beautiful weather which made me want to get all of the summer dresses out and put the burgundy autumn wardrobe in storage. I'm going to get straight into the video. I'm going to start with organising and showing you some dresses, and then we will upcycle some of the other ones. I just found a beret as I was cleaning out my cupboard over there that I wore years ago in Paris, and I'm like, I wonder when we'll get to travel again. But wasn't it magic to have been there in the first place? Very grateful. So I'm gonna park my beret for a future time. So I have put all my winter dark coloured dresses wrapped up in here. I have started to sort through which ones I kind of want to keep. Well, I want to keep them all, but I did make a bag for charity. So in here is a big bag of clothes for charity. And Blondie. Hey girl. So yeah, I wanted to make up a bag of stuff just to give away when the charity shops open back up, and it's all good stuff too. I've got some skirts and I've got some dresses that I haven't worn, and there's not much I can kind of do to them to refashion, so I'm going to pass them on. So I've pulled all of the ones that I love. So obviously it's a mix of like day and night, but I kind of just put them in colour order. I do have some still in here, but I'm going to start here. So obviously nothing here is like new. I tend to just buy a dress whenever I feel like it, but I wouldn't be one for just buying loads, if that makes sense. I love Joni dresses. Like a lot of this is probably like 2-3 years old maybe. So love a white dress in summer. So that's from ASOS. I bought last year and I haven't actually worn it, so that will get worn this year. The shape of it is funny, but I ordered a belt that I think would be nice with it. So floral, of course. This is one of my faves. This has been to so many places with me. God, I've worn this everywhere. Every holiday I go on, this comes, and it's an old Oasis dress. This is Oasis as well. I just think it's really pretty with the pleats. As you can see, I love a floral dress. I love this because it's a maxi. And I feel like a girl when I'm wearing that. So I love all of the floral tones. And they never go out of fashion. This one's cute as well. So they're kind of timeless. Yeah, I love yellow as well because it's summer. This one reminds me of France. I wore this in Provence. And then like I'll wear it here during the summer. And these kind of dresses are cute with like trainers, like a white pair of trainers. This one is very sexy when it's on. It's very curvilicious. This one's cute because it has pockets. This is one of my faves and it's about 5 years old. Thankfully it still fits. Love this one. Love a red dress. Feel very powerful in red. This one's beautiful. I wore this in Marrakesh. Haven't worn it much since, so I think this summer we need to wear this. It's a lovely midi length as well. This is fun for the evening. Love a wrap dress, very booby. This one reminds me of Italy. I got this last year and I wore it in Italy, and I've worn it a couple of times since I've been home and I love it. Yeah, and then I just have my polka dot one. I've worn this to death. I actually think I have damaged this. I think I need to stitch. I know there's a hole somewhere in this. I think down here, but we can fix that. Oh, this reminds me of Morocco. I went hiking up a mountain in this. Can't beat ladylike polka dot dress. Classic. Yeah, another maxi. This is very sexy. These long maxis, let me see. I don't know if it'll zoom. Very curvilicious when they're on, these jersey maxis. This one I pulled out of wardrobe. I haven't worn it in years, but for some reason I didn't want to put it in the charity bag because I liked it. So kept that out. So this is just some of my faves. And I just gave them a quick iron as well. So now I'm going to upcycle some old ones. So I've got this vintage dress. Absolutely love the little dainty little fabric on it. It's just too long on me, so I'm going to shorten it into like a sundress, and I'm going to have loads of fabric left over, so I'll be able to make bobbins and hair ties or just something out of the scrap. So I'm going to take a good bit off this and make it knee length. I've also got a pink dress, and same thing. Absolutely love the colour of this. It's not really getting picked up on, but again, same thing. It's quite long. It was nice for autumn as like a midi, but I think I'm going to take a big chunk off this as well and turn it into like more of a knee length, possibly thigh length. Here is my first dress. I am going to refashion, and I'm also awkwardly trying to pose in it. It can be hard when you don't have anybody to pin your dresses for you. Normally I would get like one of the girls to do this for me, but you can still do it yourself. So I just pin roughly where I want the dress to finish, then I allow for a seam allowance. I generally go for just slightly below my knee. I find that's just a nice kind of length for my height. Do bear in mind that I'm 4'11" 3/4, so I have to take up a lot. I then measure how much I need to take off. I think for this it was 5 inches, and I measured that from the bottom hem up, and I've just marked it with my sewing marker, and I'm then simply cutting. When you measure from the bottom original hem up, that keeps the shape of the dress, so there's a slight curve to the hem of this dress and it keeps that. I then simply just do a hem, so I fold over once, iron it, fold it over again, iron it, pop in the pins, take it to the machine, and I stitch a straight stitch, a top stitch all the way around. Don't forget to do a reverse stitch at the start and the beginning. And once you get the practice of hemming, you will be doing all your own alterations. Next up, I have this very, very fancy pink dress. Love the colour. The length was just too long. I think they call this length a midaxi now, so it's not a midi or a maxi, it's a midaxi. I chopped off loads of this, but I want to show you how to make a quick and simple headband. I cut out a strip from the length of fabric that was left. You can customize this depending on what you have left from your scraps. And I simply pinned the right sides together. I also just cut an angle on either end just so that it wasn't, just so I'd have shape. You'll see when I tie the bow. You're going to stitch all the way down, but you're going to leave a gap in the middle so you can turn it right way out. So don't stitch all the way down or you won't be able to turn it back out. Make sure you leave a gap, and then you're going to turn it the right way around. Give it an iron. You can just close up the seam as well, and then you can just tie it on your head. You can tie it around your neck. If you have like a bobbin in your hair, it looks nice kind of tied around that. It's very cute. Here is my really poor attempt at tying a headscarf. What I did though was, I don't think I'm cool enough to carry off the bows, so I took them behind my ears and it actually just looked like a fancy headband. So just a little idea, just tuck those loose edges in if you made your headscarf too long like me. So that's what I did in my dresses. Now I did another one off camera. I'm going to show it to you because I did experiment with the scrap. So I love this little red dress. I don't have a picture of it on. It's a Jules dress and it was like midi. So I chopped off the frill on the bottom. So it's just like a knee length dress. There was loads of scraps. Now at first I was like, I don't want to turn coronavirus into fashion because it's a very serious thing, and I've had lots of requests for face masks. So with the scraps that I had for this dress, I love the withme channel on YouTube. She's amazing and there is so many videos on making masks. You will find loads, but she recently did a video and she has 4 different options in the video. Easy to follow, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a shot at making one of the masks she has in that video. And also when it comes to masks, it's totally like up to you. In Ireland our hospitals are not looking for masks, and they did get PPE sent in. However, I know that there is some nursing homes and carers who don't have masks and they are. My advice is to just look after your local area and see what you can do there. Tons of tutorials on the website. So I did this with the scrap. So I made a matching, I didn't actually have any elastic left. I made one for my mom as well, from cotton now. So I made a coordinated face mask and dress. I don't know if that was a bit distasteful, but I was just experimenting with my scrap fabric. I'll put a link to Wendy, her channel, and I'll put a link to that specific video on face masks if you want to check that out. So a common question I get asked is, I obviously am obsessed with like floral dresses, and to keep my fast fashion footprint down, I don't buy a third or quarter of what I used to do when I was younger, and I now buy things that I love that's not necessarily trendy. So I'm more about the fabric, the shape, and what suits me. I'm a curvilicious girl, boobs and hips, and there are certain shapes that suit my figure and certain dresses, and I don't always get it right. And I generally will buy things that I know is my shape. So some of my favourite brands, I love ASOS, and I will filter floral tea dress into the search bar and you'll generally find it like 200 odd options, and then you can just check like the new section. So I'll just search tea dress. New Looks sometimes have some nice tea dresses. Their fabric is really cheap quality though, so just bear that in mind. However, I think there's one or two there that have lasted. The ASOS dresses do last once they're cotton. Like there's a lot of ASOS ones there. This one is really old. This one is like more than 5 years old. I'm just grateful I still fit in it. It's by Wolf and Whistle. I don't think they make dresses anymore. They were like a swimwear brand. And some other brands that I love, I adore a brand called Joni. This little white dress is a Joni dress. There's like 2 other dresses there. They are like £40, £50 a dress. £40 I think. Maybe cheaper on some things on sale. This is like 3 years old. Never goes out of fashion. Always goes in my holiday suitcase and when it's sunny outside. Then some other brands that have QT dresses in some of their collections is Oasis. Slightly more expensive. You're looking at about €70 a dress, 80. Just keep an eye on the sale. Or Shop and Pound off ASOS. Sometimes Warehouse, however, I find their colours can be quite dark. Miss Selfridge has cute dresses, but any of the Miss Selfridge dresses I have here, I actually got off ASOS. Because there's not many of their actual shops around. I'm sure you can get from their website. I just like ASOS because they have all of the brands in one place. So this is not an ad for them. And you can get them all delivered in one, if that makes sense. Another brand, I have a load of Diaries Birkin dresses because the shape, I can generally go in and buy a size 10 and I don't always have to try it on. I just know the 10 is going to fit, so they're consistent across sizing, which I like. And that's the same with the ASOS own brand. I find they are consistent across sizing, whereas some other brands I don't trust because it's hard buying dresses online. But my general rule is I just buy what the shape is like, my normal shape. If it's going to be tight around the hip or the stomach, I might be hit and miss with that. And then also thrift flipping. That blue dress that I got taken up, I got that in Diva in Dublin, and I think they're selling their vintage stuff online now. I think they're still trading, but online only. And it's nice to support, you know, local business. And yeah, thrifting when you can, but generally if I go thrifting, I will have to do some work to it, but that's grand. Just get the sewing machine out, and it's nice to kind of take something that was not wanted, give it a chop, do something to it, and brand new. But yeah, there's no magic place to kind of get floral dresses. You just kind of have to try any of your usual websites that you like to shop from and then just hit floral tea dress or tea dress. I adore the Julia Engel, is it? Gal Meets Glam collection. They're absolutely stunning, but they're just that bit too expensive. I think they're about $120 or $180 depending on the dress. And I have import taxes if I bring that into Ireland, so I think her stuff is absolutely stunning and I have a deep appreciation for it, but I don't think I'd spend that on one dress. That's it for dress chats. This week I was sick of being in loungewear and I was starting to feel just a bit sluggish, so I put some tan on, gave myself some self-care, moisturizer, had like face masks, curled my hair, and I just feel like I'm me. So just because there's a pandemic on, maybe if you're feeling a bit crap and you're like, oh, that's what I did, I gave myself an overhaul, exfoliated, body moisturizer, curled my hair, just put on an audio book and just did a bit of self-care, and I'm feeling much like myself again. So that's it for me. Cheeky thumbs up. Hope you're all keeping safe and well, and I'll see you in the next video.